Oh yeah. Okay, while I wait for everybody to get on here, I'm just gonna mess with my music. What we have in the microwave is just orange and red. It's a red color shift from Dip Your Car. Yeah, Dip Your Car. And then just neon orange yellow from Dead on Plastics with Sunrise Flake. Uh-oh, that's too loud. Yeah, I'm gonna have to play with that. Alright, there we go. You can see some color shift better. I can see it in person. It doesn't show up really well on a live stream camera. Maybe my lens needs cleaned. Could be a possibility. Now it looks better. Yeah, you'll probably be able to see it after degas. Is chat working to the one person that's in here? Just put something in chat, that way I know it's working. Anybody, somebody, is chat working? Is chat working? Anybody? Want to put something in chat, that way I know if it's working? So here's what we're working with, just kind of a color shifty orange kind of thing. Ooh, 5 people. Can somebody put in chat just hi or something? Or if this camera angle is good or anything like that? Because I haven't seen... Oh, man. Crap, my griddle was on. Oops. Tripped the power strip. One second. Still no chat. I need somebody to put something in chat. I don't care who it is. Just somebody put something in there. Also, I can't tell if it's not working, so it might just not be working, but my dad's not in it yet, so I don't have face-to-face confirmation if it's working. Alright, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna do some different stuff with this. I'm not even sure what all glitters in here. We are just going to take some different molds here. Ned Crawl is going to be one of them. 2.5 inch 4 cavity Ned Crawl epic bait molds. I don't know what the next one's going to be. There's going to be another one. Because I got 3/4 cup. So, yeah. Not sure what other molds should we do in that orange-red color shift. If chat works, somebody please just answer the question. This is a slow day. Alright, I'm just gonna leave that in there to stay warm for now. What should I choose for the next mold? Yep, we're just gonna do a 4-inch curly tail from whatever company that is. Some Amazon something or other. I need my clamps. Didn't mean to kick the tripod. Alright, clamp this mold up here. Then we will be off to injecting. And once I'm done with this color, I'll need people to start, I'll need people to start saying what colors I should try to make with remelts. I have pretty much every color in remelts. Big thing of remelts. It's just sitting on my one shelf. And I need to consolidate it into colors. Come on. Well, that ain't gonna fit. Of course not. Need to push this up here in frame. There we go. 6 ounce bass tackle injector. What? Oh, this TV's a piece of junk. It just tried to tell me that somebody connected to a guest YouTube account. Alright, so there's the Ned Crawls. 2.5 inch. Okay, chat works. Thank you. 2.5 inch Ned Crawls. 4-inch curly tail worms. The Ned Crawl is the Epic Bait Molds Ned Crawl. And we'll be doing another round of Ned Crawls. That way we can make a pack out of them. Same with the, curly tail worms. I left us with a 1/4 cup, so we'll need some stuff to kind of throw back in here. Might not have to degas it, not entirely sure. If I do this right, I won't have to, but ow, that's hot. What is wrong with this TV? There we go. I've been on the same song for about 5 minutes. It's only a 3.5 minute song. Alright, so there's that color. I'm going to put that back in the microwave to keep it warm. Well, actually, I'm going to turn the griddle on first to get everything else. I just need it like room temperature. It's a little cooler. I just bumped the tripod again. It's more like 50 degrees. Want it a little warmer than that in here. 1 minute should do it. So our Ned crawls, we can demold. And throw into a water bath to make it go faster. Way I don't have to worry about how cold they are. Just a little container with water. I don't even think I can fit a 5-inch worm in that little container. But here goes the demold. There's the sprue. Can't really see the color shift in the sprue. It's actually a really natural color. So there's the crawl. Right there. Oop, got a little excess. Yeah, so there's the Ned crawl. Just pop those in water, speed up the curing process, because they're still pretty gushy in the bigger spot of the body because they're not fully set up. And I just kind of rushed the demold. Now you can kind of see the shift. It kind of looks like a red highlight. Red, pink highlight, either or, is what that kind of looks like. So we're just going to move that mold over there for a second. Get our curly tail, 4-inch curly. I call it a curly tail because its tail is short, not long enough to be a ribbon tail in my opinion. Here comes demold on this one. All right. There we go. This mold always leaves these little excess because it literally goes into the vent, which kind of drives me insane, but because they vent super deep and it goes right out, like. But that little bump on the tail is from me. I put that in there to put more weight into the tail. But there's that color. Looks good. So we're going to throw these into the water bath, I think. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know if they'll fit. But they fit good enough. You don't want to leave them in the water bath too long because they'll drink it in and make the color pale. I mean, unless you want like a natural. But it also weakens it by softening it with water. It doesn't weaken it if you leave it in there for 10 minutes or whatever. No, I don't sell any molds. I am working on designing my own molds, but if anybody is familiar with any sort of master cam or anything like that, it takes a decent amount of time. I've been putting more work into glide bait blanks that I can 3D print instead of CNC molds as of right now, because I don't even have the raw material. I'm able to use a machine of somebody else's, not of mine. But once we get one aluminum mold, we should be able to go in a rhythm. I'm kind of making a smaller but thicker version of the AI bot worm. Is kind of what I'm working on. So just a simple design, in my opinion, a good mold to start with when you're designing your own molds. And I will be selling those molds once I make them. Okay, move that over, move this back in. We're good to inject round number 2 already. Ned crawl first, curly tail worm second. Packs of 8 and packs of 6 is what I would sell this. Good afternoon. Hello. Anybody got color suggestions that I should try to make with remelt pucks? I have a bunch of colors. Like, a bunch. I have probably over, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 gallons in remelt pucks. Alright, so that's all we needed out of that color there. I'll be able to let that cool down here in a second. Any color suggestions? Or even just mold suggestions, and I can try to make a color that will fit in that mold. We can do it that way too. And if I don't get suggestions, I'll just have to come up with something myself to keep this moving. Ooh, that's still hot. Hey, get out of the way. Or get in the way. Really? Watermelon red. Out of remelt pucks? Because that's what this one is. I'm making stuff out of remelt pucks here. I actually might have a watermelon remelt puck. I'll have to look. I have a big shelf in my way. I gotta move that. So if you give me 5 seconds, I'll be able to see if I can do watermelon. That's one thing I didn't think about. Chartreuse next. I should be able to do both of them at the same time. Should be able to. Alright, so... I have a green pumpkin. Will a green pumpkin work? I think this might be a green watermelon pumpkin. I think is what this might be. Will that work? And then I can just put red flake in it. Then chartreuse. I'm gonna need a 2 cup for that. Okay. I'll do that. Let me grab a Pirate's cup. Scissors here to make this remelt fit. I'm off camera. Hold on. Oh, I've seen the crappie mold from Dead on Plastics. I want to get their tube mold, the crappie tube. What's your favorite mold from AI? I have 3 actually. 3 that I own anyway. It said a music mix. It plays 1 song. Oh my god. Actually 2. It's even worse. Oh yeah, okay. I had to think of what mold that was, but I know what mold you're talking about now. I gotta get my big dual injection remelt puck out of here. I have like 5 cups of dual injection remelt just from all the sprues and everything. There we go. Now I gotta find all my chartreuse stuff. I see one of them. How many chartreuse remelt pucks should I put in there? Like, should I just grab an assortment of remelt pucks, or... And while you think about that, I'm gonna demold. And do you want just chartreuse or other remelt pucks too? Because I can get a decent amount of other colors in there. And if you want as a suggestion, you can just comment "go wild" and I'll just make something strange. Is probably how it will turn out. Here's more curly tail worms. Oh, come on. And then for both of those colors, I'll need to know what mold to do. Add silver glitter. Okay. I'll do hologram. That's what I got. So it's pretty similar to silver. More Ned crawls. Once I get the chartreuse color put together, I'll pull those back out of the water. I haven't done water bath in a while. I gotta get my wooden stool out because it has a clear coat on it that repels all that water. I didn't think about that. Here's my red flake. Chartreuse is way back here. Oh look, this chartreuse even has the silver already in it. Lovely. So I have the 3.4-inch Ecto Crawl, the 5-inch core shot stickworm, and the 10-inch, I think, ribbon tail open pore 2 cavity. I don't use that one a lot. I prefer injection ribbon tails. More chartreuse. Little chartreuse. More chartreuse. I have it all in a big pile on my shelf. Okay, I'll do the ecto crawls for the chartreuse. Any other molds, because this is going to be a lot of chartreuse. And then the stickworm for the watermelon. Any other molds for the watermelon too, because there's like 3/4 cups of that, so I can do another mold. I have a leech too. I think the leech might complement the watermelon. I added an old remelt into the chartreuse. It's just one thing that I did a while ago with every glitter. And the 5-inch worms. Okay. So we got 2 things to do in the 5-inch worms. Trying to chop this up as fast as I can. If you ever want to challenge, try chopping up your plastic. It's actually not as easy as it looks. Alright, so there's that. Some sort of crawl. Okay. I'll do the Ned crawl, because that's my favorite in the watermelon. That's my favorite crawl mold out of the ones that I have, and I'm pretty sure every single one I've ever seen. Alright, so there's that. That needs more time. So I'm just going to wait to put the glitter in. And to the watermelon red, do you want 15 thou, which is a smaller red flake, like that size, or do you want, or you can have both too, or do you want bigger? Hold on, it's not even stuck. Oh no, I just shot a bunch of it out of the container. Hold on. It's now stuck on my hand, but, or that size. I usually do both. It puts more texture into the baits, but I'm trying to get it all off my hands because that's what my hands look like now. And the table has a bunch too. I hate when glitter's everywhere. Both. Okay, I'll do both. It already has both black in it too, so. Alright. I just grabbed a board. I made a mistake. But I'm just laying these all out pretty straight. And then when I lay out the curly tails, I just make sure their tails are not twisted. I usually don't stack them when they're wet, because unless I know there's going to be enough air going through, because they'll build up moisture and fade the color. Oh, that's nice. So have you seen Barlow's Tackle? They just released chameleon glitter. It's like you can get motor oil glitter and a bunch of stuff like that where it color shift in glitter. I think it looks really cool. I gotta get that back in there soon. I'm gonna get the Ned crawl ready for the watermelon. Then I need to get the Ecto crawl ready for... That's where all my most of my stuff is from Dead on Plastics and Loreworks. I have some Fat Guys Fishing colorants, but my lure blanks, like when I airbrush, come from Barlow's Tackle. Alright, so Ned crawl's ready, and that was for the watermelon. I can also do laminates too, so if anybody's thinking about color suggestions. Oh snap, almost dropped the mold. Oh yeah, so one mold I do have that I kind of like people to know I have 3 of the holiday worms. When they first came out, I bought myself one and then got the one free with it, and then apparently my dad got me one for Christmas, so I now have 3. I hope Epic Bait Molds does something like that again this year. Come out with a limited time mold. Alright, so the 2 oh, snap. So the watermelon mold is this one and this one. Chartreuse is this one and this one. I make musky baits, yeah. I mean, right there's one. That's a remelt. It's the 7.5-inch Epic Bait Molds Prey Bait. Got double hook slot, one in the belly, and then the little one in the top for your barb to stay in. I make a bunch of those. Mainly just because they're extremely fun to make. I can make some of them in this video. I might have enough of that chartreuse to do it. If I do have enough chartreuse, I'll do that. Here's the mold. It got back and belly engravings on it. Marlin Baits logo, and then the Epic Bait Molds logo. That engraved down here. But it has top hook slot is screwed in, and then just belly hook slot. It is. I have the 3-inch version too, which makes the 3-inch look like a 1-inch when it sits beside that. Alright, that's ready for glitter. The watermelon is. The chartreuse needs stirred. And the chartreuse needs about another minute and a half before it can even be worked. Move all the molds to the side, bring this out. So I have a half cup, so I'll only be able to inject one mold at a time with that watermelon. Which I'll start with the worm, that way I can get all of the worms. And make sure that I'll have enough for the Ned crawls next. Just gonna take this, we'll do a 32nd of the small, 16th of the big. I haven't heard of the bulldog. The only reason I've done muskie baits is because a friend of mine is going on a muskie fishing trip in Minnesota, and the amount that he said he was gonna buy, like, was worth the purchase of the mold. So, and before anybody thinks I'm getting like $3 million for that mold, no, I'm not even getting enough to repay how much the mold was. But alright, so let's bring this up the camera here. There's the watermelon red. Or watermelon red seed, whatever that's called. Put that in the degas. Pull out the big mold, or not the big mold, the big Pyrex cup of chartreuse. There we go. Right, chartreuse. Yeah, my idea that I had for the prey bait was $7 for like a laminate or a single color. And then like if I took the mold and put like trout detail or just a bunch of detail in it with a soldering iron, then I was gonna charge like 15 or more for it. Oops. That was not supposed to fall. Alright, those remelt pucks can just stay up there on my glitter pile for now. Because I need that stool to put my wet baits on. That way they don't destroy the board that they're sitting on. I'll be in focus on them. There we go. Now I gotta make a spot for this to go. Probably shouldn't pile those, they're still pretty damp. Okay. Gotta make a little bit of room for that stool to go. That way it's not in my way. And then hopefully that don't fall off of where it is, or else that'd be a little interesting. Okay. Watermelon's coming back. then the chartreuse is going in the degas. Alright, chartreuse is in. I also got a crazy catfish bait. I caught a 15-inch channel catfish on this little tadpole, 1.3 inches. We were jigging for crappie with a fallen tree in the water, and out of nowhere a channel catfish took this. It doesn't want to focus. There it goes. But there's just a little bit of red glitter in the white and a little bit of ghost red glitter in the top. There's only like one piece in that whole, well, no, there's a little bit down in the tail. You can kind of see it glittering there. Alright, watermelon's ready. So is the mold for it. And my injector needs oiled. Alright. There goes that watermelon. Alright. Top that off. So the watermelon has been injected in the worm, and hopefully all 5 turn out. That way I can have a pack of those. I might have to make myself some more of those Ned crawls that I made at the start of this thing and take those fishing. I gotta get all new line for my rods. They had fluorocarbon on them, and the one had 6 pound, and I just rigged it up with a crappie setup with 3 hooks on it. And I had a sunfish and a bass at the same time, and it broke. The bass had the top one, the sunfish had the bottom one, and the line broke. Sunfish got away, but I still got the bass. And of course it was a small bass, so I was not very happy. Something is stuck in this injector. What? I have no idea. Now it's not. Must have just had no oil on the O-ring. Alright. Chartreuse is ready. Oh, I need to demold the watermelon. That way I can put the chartreuse right into it. Alright, so here comes the demold on the watermelon red. Hopefully it's enjoyed. Oh man, I only got 3 to turn out. These got bubbles and dents in them. But we'll just rip those off and we'll inject them again. There we go. Watermelon red. More like green pumpkin red, but still has the translucency and the green of watermelon. We're gonna water bath those, just that way I can keep this moving. Oh, they barely fit in that container. I'm gonna close this mold back up. Hopefully the cavities are warm now. Thank you for the nice on the worms. Thanks for suggesting the color too, and thanks for the chartreuse suggestion. It's able to keep this live stream moving, and it also helps the channel, believe it or not. Alright, so here goes nothing with the chartreuse. That is a lot of chartreuse. That's 6 ounces of chartreuse. Yeah, so we're gonna do a bonus mold real quick. Hopefully I can do this by hand. This is a Fat Guys Fishing mold that we're doing as the bonus mold because we just have so much plastic and this injector still. So we're just gonna line that up beside there. It is 1 3/4 inches, if that gives you a hint. And it's also a 14 cavity. Okay, so all those molds are injected. Outset injectors boiling. So is the Pyrex cup. The Pyrex cup is toasting. So we're gonna get the watermelon reheated. That way we can finish off baits with the watermelon. Did I put the injector plug back in? Yeah, okay. It was just a small one. I didn't think I put the injector plug back in. No, it is not the tadpoles. I probably should have done that. I'll do that. I'll do the tadpoles. That's actually a good idea. No, my tadpole mold is 1.3 inches and it is 40 cavity. That's a lot of tadpoles. I'll grab the mold. Right there is the tadpole. But they even got like little legs sticking off of them. Do you want me to do tadpoles in that chartreuse, or do you want to come up with another color and I'll do it in the tadpoles? I'm able to demold the ectocurl. The leech is epic bait molds. So here come the ectocurl. Oh, that actually looks really good in the ectocurl. Come on, let go. There we go. Hey. There we go. There's the ectocurl. Those are going in the water bath too. I want to eventually get a test tank that I can use as a water bath. Thank you for the nice on the baits. So here comes the bonus mold. In case you've seen any of my other videos, that back should look familiar. Oh my goodness. There we go. It is the 1 3/4 inch BA kicker from Fat Guys Fishing. Little curly tail like minnow with a little paddle on the end of the kicker. And if you crank it like this when you're reeling it in, it tail spins so fast that you can't even see it. So I kind of go slow and its tail just like a twist action. It's awesome. That is a 14-inch largemouth catcher all day. Where I go anyway. I don't know why I'm water bathing. They're 100% cured, but now that I started it, they're being water bathed. Yeah, but if I could get a ginormous test tank, I could just like throw all this in a test tank and then drain it near the end. That way it's always clean water. Or just make a lid that's actually sealed. The stick worms are definitely going to have to be waited for a second before they're demolded, for the fact of I need to lay all those out and get the container empty. That way they can fit in the water bath. Alright, so we're just going to grab a handful of these little BA kickers. And then the watermelon reds. Okay, so now we'll grab our stickworm mold, which is on fire. Yeah. Hold on, I gotta set that down until I get it started. Alright, so here goes demold. There they are. I'll hold them up. Give 1 second to clean them off. That mold is far too hot for me just to hold it. Which is good. Keeps you from getting dents and all that, but there they are. Nice little worms. Drop those in the water because they definitely need to cool down. Alright, so other than the watermelon, any more colors? Because I need to finish up doing the watermelon. You're welcome, and thanks for the compliment. I actually enjoy making suggested colors. Alright. The only thing I don't like about doing 14 BA kickers at one time is when it comes to laying out 14 BA kickers at one time. Luckily, they form right to what they need to do, and they're not that bad. But almost there. I might have to make myself a batch of those worms and take them fishing. I'll definitely film that. It might be like a little YouTube short, or like a little 3-minute long. I mean, the other night, within 30 seconds of starting to film, which I haven't put it up yet, I got a sunfish. So, first cast, just bam. It was fun. I wasn't even thinking anything was going to bite first cast, and then I about fell in the water. But that was near the end of me filming, which I might have to throw that in there. Alright, lay out our worms now. And the baits from the beginning of the video, they'll probably be moved off by the next baits that are made. So, any more color suggestions yet? Or should I just keep running with other ideas that I can come up with? There we go. Alright, the watermelon is going into the degas. Should I just randomly choose a bunch of remelt pucks and throw them all in a big remelt? I might be doing another live later on today, too. Because I gotta make a bunch of baits with the official colors that I have. So, yeah. Which totals to 120 baits and colors. So kind of 120 different combinations kind of deal. That's not the number of how many baits that is, but some of it I don't have to do, but most of it I do. Any color suggestions? Alright, watermelon's ready. Gonna do the Ned crawls. Alright. Here goes some Ned crawls. Two and a half inch 4 cavity Ned crawl from Angling AI with this green pumpkin watermelon red right there. I might do one more color in a couple molds and then cut for a while, go take a break, then come back and probably live again. So I'll also have to finish this color before I cut it too. So yeah, that's not enough. So I'm just gonna randomly grab some remelt pucks and melt them. There's some of what I grabbed. Who knows? And then this one. So I gotta cut all that out. Alright. I think this one is an old remelt, the one that I'm cutting up now. I know this blue one is, that I just cut in half. I think there's another blue one that I... No, never mind. Alright, everything's cut up in there. So, anybody that's in here, as of right now, any mold suggestions, or if you want to wait till it's melted and you can actually see what it looks like. Oh, I forgot. Hold on. I forgot my amber remelt. Oops, dropped it. It picked up some of the red on the table. Alright, get that all chopped up. Alright. There's that remount. Throwing that in. And demolding the Ned crawl. Alright, Ned crawl demold. Oh yeah. So there's the belly side. I mean the top is the same length, but and then there's the top. Looks good. I'm not gonna water bath those because there's really no point. They're set up. So now we just gotta wait for that remelt that's in there now before I can do any other remelts and finish up the green pumpkin. So, any mold suggestions for anything? Because when I come back later, I'm not taking suggestions. I'm just making what I need to make and get it over with. Because I need it that way I can go fishing Thursday. Thank you to you all who have stuck around for this long. I don't really know how many is in there because every time service drops or Wi-Fi drops or anything, the number switches. I just watched it go from 4 to 2 to 3 to 1, back to 2. So I can't really tell how many are watching, but thank you to you all who have watched for this long. It especially helps out the channel when you watch this long. Even if you're not even paying attention to it, you just have it open, it helps. So I should have, well, when I come back later, I'll put my top water baits I airbrushed earlier. That way I can show those off. $30 seconds left on that. Eight seconds, 7 seconds. Alright. I don't even think any of that melted. That was 3 solid minutes. I'm gonna put the watermelon in, that way I can do something while I wait. That kind of melted, not a lot. Enough that I can kind of mix it around, but still ain't gonna be able to see what the color looks like. Minute left on that, which will get me the 2 stickworms I need to fill a pack. Eyeballs. Oh, really, Dad? The second you commented, that TV froze. Okay, it's back. This gets really boring when I'm waiting for the microwave. I need multiple. Three seconds. And oh, there goes TV. Oh, okay, that's hot. At least I won't need to degas it. It just cooked all the bubbles right into that. At least I think. Oh my. Okay, that needs to cool down a little before it goes in worms. Or else all the glitter will sink to one side of the worm. Throw that one back in for 1:30. That is still extremely hot. Like when you pull your knife out and all the glitter is at the very tip of the knife and not even, it's hot. Like this. I'm mixing it, I pull it up, and there goes everything. The green is still there, but the glitter ain't. Hey, it didn't burn. I've only ever burnt 2 or 3 Pyrex cups, so it smells terrible. That's actually a better angle than I had this whole time. It's a little crooked. There we go. I can't wait to make myself more of those Ned crawls that I made at the beginning. Of this color right here. That will be murderous for smallmouth. I might have to make that an official color now that I'm looking at that. Maybe like a month after the website gets launched, so hoping to get it in May, launch it. So maybe in June. Alright, so this, I can kind of mix it up. I can see the plastic flowing around now. Still not good enough for me to do anything. To see color. Well, I mean, you can kind of see it's like a green. So any mold suggestions for what I should put that in? Or like if you want to catch bass, crappie, certain things, just what should I put? Just say a fish even, and I can figure it out. Dad, you're allowed to make suggestions. I know you want to. Trout or bass? Okay. Good thing I made a cup. I got ideas now. I'm probably going to do Ned crawls, salmon eggs, curly tails, curly tail worms, maybe BA kickers, maybe both. Uh-oh. Might not have enough plastic. I kind of forgot to put the old... I just need 2. If I get 2, I'll be happy. I forgot to put the old injector plug in. So if that don't work, well, that ship might have just sailed and they might just be mine. My injector's warm. When you pull your injector out and your remelt plug is extremely small. Alright, that injector is clean. And if you're wondering what I just did, the nozzle had a little injector plug in it, and instead of pulling it out, I just pulled the handle down of the injector and then pushed it forward, and it pushed all the air out through it. Oh, come on. It looks like an olive seafoam green. Still not ready to inject. Alright, so did we get 2 worms or not? Oh, it feels like we did. Oh yeah. No. We got 1. Wait a minute, never mind. I feel like this is a good one. Yep, we got 2. Alright. Praise the Lord, we got 2. Now we don't have to worry about that color. Alright. There we go. Alright, so that's ready to be degassed. It still has a weird, like, seafoam green color. I don't know. But I will degas that and we'll get a bunch of molds. I have a 1.5 cups, so that's who knows how many ounces. I don't have that memorized. No, 12 ounces. Yeah, that's 12 ounces. It's not wanting to degas, it's just foaming up to the very edge of the Pyrex cup and then falling back down. Come on, almost there. Ouch. It should collapse. That foam on top is not collapsing. Now it is. Slowly. Too slow. Come on, it's almost there. Okay, now I got it. It's finally collapsing. Sort of. So we're gonna do big salmon eggs. So this is 1.5 inches, bass tackle, 50, almost said 50 cal, 50 cavity salmon egg. Absolutely confused myself by saying 50 cal. Oh, I lost my Ned cavity, Ned crawl. So the Ned crawl is like a 2-ounce mold, 1 ounce, 4. Yeah, we got enough. We'll have just enough. I'll have to use 2 injectors. But... Oh, there we go. Had to recalibrate in my head what I was doing. Alright. Let me get that all closed up there. And then we'll just let that degas for a little bit longer. And then when I'm filming later, I'll be making all sorts of... Not filming, live streaming later. I'll be making all sorts of different baits. One that I know I have to make is ice baits. I don't think I have to make many crappie baits. I think mainly it's just bigger, like bass bait style or Ned crawl style. I gotta make a lot. I have 8 colors to make. Alright, so that's good. Alright, stick that in for just about a minute. Oh snap. That sounded way worse than what it was. Just a mold fell over. Alright, so we got our 1 injector ready, and then I'll just have to turn around and grab my dual and use one side of it. Alright, 3 seconds till injection. Well, more like 10, but... Oh, there's even pearl in this? Alright. Alright, that is a full injector. The salmon egg, the big salmon egg mold, it works like the worm mold does. You want to inject it slow with cooler plastic. Or if you have hot plastic, just inject it slow and hold pressure, because it does like the dent. Then we're going to go to the Ned crawls. Then the BA kicker. It does help trying to find out like how many ounces your mold drinks. That way you can judge how much you need and how many molds you can get. And it's better to kind of exaggerate it, because I still have a decent amount in this injector. I could do another mold, but I don't have any molds set up, so we're just going to stop there. I still have 3/4 of a cup left from the looks of it. So I can play with it. Ouch. Play with that color if I want. I probably shouldn't have used the same injector all day. Alright, so once we demold those, I'm going to cut this video and I'll probably be back 4:30, 5 o'clock. I'll put something up on YouTube to let everybody know what time I'll be back. I'll probably just do a post, take a picture of the table or something, and post it and say back at 4 p.m. Eastern time or whatever. I would love to know how hot that injector is. My thermometer thing says it's 81, but I know for a fact it's way hotter than that. If I can barely touch it, it ain't 81 degrees. So we're going to start off with the BA kickers here. Demold, right there's the color and the sprue. So we're just gonna get this mold pried open. How did I get white pigment on my hand? Well, so there it is. That'll catch you, bass. Little 14-inch murderer right there. Alright, so let me pull those off and put them in the water bath real quick. Just pulling all these off, and then I have a water bath off screen, just a small little container with water in it. It's had the same water for like a month, so it's cold. It's actually surprisingly not dirty, but it's probably actually warm by now after all the bait's going in it. You don't want to leave your baits in the water bath too long. They will lose color. Like 10-15 minutes is what I'd say is max. Alright, so there's those. Curly tail worms, 4-inch next. Oh yeah. Looks good there. Again, just gonna pull those off, throw them in a water bath. Ooh, okay, about drop the mold. Why would you pause? I haven't even been on the TV for more than an hour and 20 minutes. And it says, "Are you still watching?" And it's music. Really? Here comes the Ned crawl. Oh yeah. So that's the belly of the Ned crawl. Just take it and then flip it over, and then there's the top. Throw those in the water bath, and then all I have is the salmon eggs for last. Oops. And I just dropped another one. I dropped these little nut for the end, or whatever you want to call them. Oh, well, that's a surprise. That explains why it didn't drink much plastic. Apparently, I never demolded this mold. So they have a remelt in them. Well, oops. So if I do end up injecting the remelt into this color, I'll post a picture of that on YouTube. But thanks again for you all who have watched that. That's just... oops. But, yeah. Thanks to you who have watched it, especially for this long. And I'll catch you in the next one.